Such an absolute honour to be joined right now by the one, the only, Jess Fox, four-time Olympic medalist, the GOAT of paddling. I'm just going to say that right now. Jess, first of all, welcome to Off the Podium.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Does this sort of event just get you pumped? You've probably done a few of these now, obviously going into your fourth Olympics, but in terms of just the turnout for this, being surrounded by other great athletes, how does it make you feel?
Oh, it's so special. We're celebrating 1 year to go, and the AOC have put together this amazing event with Qantas, and they've got that montage video that gets the goosebumps happening with all those great Australian athletes who have achieved amazing feats for Olympics in Australia, and I was part of that, so watching it was a bit emotional for me and for Lucy as well, who was one of the rowers winning gold. So I think that just gets you excited, it gets you pumped and motivated for the next year.
I was going to say, what's it like as an athlete when they sort of show something like that? Because obviously, as you said, it gets you pumped and motivated, but then you're there with Kathy, you've got Grant Hackett, you've got Shirley Strickland, all these greats. Does it kind of just hit home a little bit more about all your achievements?
Oh, it's pretty incredible to be part of that that Australian legacy. And with our Olympic blazers on the inside, we've got the name of every Australian Olympic champion, and to know that my name will be in there at the next games is pretty special. So yeah, watching those montage videos, I love them. They inspire me so much. It makes me relive all the emotions of that moment as well. You relive that intensity, that pressure, and then that relief and joy at the finish line when you achieve your dreams. So yeah, very special to be in the likes of Kathy and all the Aussie greats.
Now, you've obviously checked out the venue in Paris. Give us a bit of an insight. What's it like, and how do you think it's going to go for the Olympics?
Yeah, the unique thing about this Games is that the Paris course was built a few years ago, so we've all had the opportunity to train there. We'll get a test event there later on in the year to test it out in a competition setting, which will be exciting. It's a good course. I think they've done a few tweaks, and they probably will keep tweaking it in the lead up to the Olympics, so we won't know what the final configuration is until next year.
C1, K1, we know all about them. Tell us about the slalom cross. What can we expect from this event, and what is it?
It's a new event, so kayak cross was added to the program for Paris 2024, and it's basically like BMX or snowboard cross, where you've got four athletes starting off a ramp in plastic kayaks and basically going head to head, battling it out on the rapids. And it's very different to the traditional kayak and canoe slalom events, which is a race against the clock with penalties. This is kind of a bit of a free-for-all. You've got the four athletes going through the gates, but it's way more tactical. There's a lot of strategy involved. It's very physical as well, and a bit more savage too, because you've got to try and beat those opponents. So yeah, it's exciting to watch and very challenging to train for, and exciting to compete in.
I was going to say, how do you find that? You're so used to going down a course by yourself, battling the clock, the technique, but now you've got somebody else to think about. That must be a real challenge.
Yeah, I think, we're so used to be able to control our own performance and, focus on ourselves, visualize the race run, and not a lot's going to go wrong when it's just you on the course, but when there's other athletes, there's a lot that you can't control. So that extra element of adaptability becomes a lot more important. You've got to be able to read a race and try and adapt in the moment, and yeah, it does make it challenging when there is a bit of luck involved too.
Now, it's 9 years to Brisbane, of course. I still think you've got it in you, Jess. You can easily make it then. But, next year might be the closest you ever obviously get to a home Olympics, given your French roots. A lot of family, friends that sort of in that part of the world are going to come and see you compete?
Yeah, hopefully. It would be a home away from home Olympics for me. Obviously, being born there, I have a lot of family in France, and it would be great for them to be in the crowds and be part of that. And, obviously in Tokyo we couldn't have spectators, so that was a bit of a shame, but the atmosphere in Paris looks like it'll be incredible, and it's a lot more accessible to people, and even the opening ceremony on the Seine with 600,000 people on the banks will be really unique. So I think they're kind of opening up the city, and hopefully my family can enjoy the games, and I can enjoy the games too there.
How strong is that rivalry between Marseille and Paris? Is it really bad? Is it something that we need to learn more about ahead of the Olympics next year?
It is a bit of a rivalry, isn't it? It's funny when people say, oh, you're from France or you're from Paris. I'm like, no, from the south, I'm from Marseille, because I don't want to upset some family members. But it's definitely a strong rivalry in the football, in the soccer. So yeah.
That's where it comes from. Now, Jess, we're going to close this out. This segment is called Parlez-vous Français. Now, I think if I was actually asking you French, you would probably win because you've got that background. It's not about that. It's 5 questions related to France, the Olympics, and Australia. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Well, I hope so.
All right. Now, if you were listening earlier, you would have get the answer to this one. Before 2024, how many times has Paris hosted the Olympics?
Twice.
Correct. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus point for each additional answer. Can you tell me the 2 years that they hosted it?
1900 or 1904?
Go with your first.
1900, and then 1924.
Look at this. She's on the ball. She's winning already. Since 1924, France has hosted 2 Winter Olympics. Can you tell me the last time they hosted a Winter Olympics? And for a bonus point, where was it?
Was it Albertville?
Correct. Can you tell me what year?
This feels like a trick question because it changed. It was like 92 or 94. Like it changed.
Go with your first answer.
92.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, it was the only. That was when they had the summer
Yep.
and the winter at the same time, and then they changed it. Yeah.
Correct. The last time they had it in the same year as the Summer Olympics. Look at this. Well done. True or false? Australia has won more Olympic medals than France.
I'm going to say true.
It's false.
Oh,
We can catch up next year, Jess.
yeah, we'll catch up hopefully.
We'll do
Yeah.
that. In terms of overall medals won, what is France's most successful summer Olympic sport?
Is it a team sport or individual?
It is, well, there is a team discipline, but it's mainly individual.
Swimming? Athletics?
Fencing.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course, fencing. I was thinking maybe like handball or something at first because they are very dominant in that. Fencing, of course.
Have you ever checked out handball when you've been in the Olympics before?
No, I've never seen it. No.
I think Paris next year's a perfect one to go to, right? They love their handball.
Hopefully we could get to some other events. It's sometimes hard for athletes to go watch other events, but yeah, we'll see.
There we go. All right, last one. It's a visual one. I'm going to hand you something. This is the Paris mascot. Can you tell me what it is and what its name is?
Les fridges, maybe if you're saying it with
So it's actual French. This is amazing.
Les friges, and it's actually the hat of a very French woman.
I just want to give it the answer to her right now. She's giving the most detailed answer.
What's her name?
I'm just going to say yes because I just go with the French Revolution cap.
Yeah, French Revolution cap.
Wow. Do you want to put it on your head and give us a bit of a look at that? Jess Fox, the star of this show. Jess, thank you so much for joining us. It's such a pleasure and good luck for Paris next year.
Thank you.